Hello, and a warm welcome to our weekly show, Love Athletics. In this program, we bring you the latest highlights from our sport with expert input from different continental areas. And we're delighted to have with us today Turkish journalist and TV commentator Sevket Erbay. Hello, Sevket. Lovely to see you, and thank you for joining us again.
Hello, Anna. Thanks for having me in Love Athletics to talking about my beloved sport as well.
Definitely. So we'll be looking together at the recent news and then the prospects at the World Championships for Balkan and Asian athletes. But first, let's focus on our guest. So Sevket, I've known you for many years, but I never asked you, what motivated you to get involved in athletics as a sports journalist?
A personal story actually wrote about in my first athletics magazine issue, which is published around 2012 in Atletizm Dünyası in Turkish. I forced my memory to remember my first athletics image was, I think it's a hammer thrower competition back in 1978 Rome World Championships. I was 6 at the moment. Of course, I didn't know about the competitors, but I checked later the competition list. Probably I watched in that time Yuri Sedich and Sergei Litvinov on that competition. But my real first hero of athletics was Carl Lewis, actually. Then I met and interviewed him in Istanbul later on, 2011. Even I remember I was playing in soccer match around my neighborhood with the name of Carl Lewis. I'm saying all the time, Carl Lewis shooting, Carl Lewis playing in the soccer matches in my childhood time. Then mid-90s, other greats also inspired me a lot, such as my all-time hero, Hisham El Girouche, the great Moroccan. Also Haile Gebrselassie, Roman Chevrolet, I remember. Also Astrid Kumbernus, I love her a lot, the German shot putter. Then, of course, Karolina Klüft, one of the greatest, possibly greatest female athlete ever in my personal account. In 2000s, I started to do journalism and athletics commentary. Athletics always my priority instead of my other professions, tennis and handball. Paris 2003 was my first World Championships to commentate in Eurosport Turkey. Nearly 20 years ago, I started to commentary. Then I started to cover big athletics events on site from 2012, attended 3 World Championships and I think 4 European champs so far. Never been at the Olympics as a journo, but I was in London as a spectator. Then I started with the Turkish Athletics Federation as a media consultant and a press officer from 2016. And that's all to my story.
Considering yourself Carl Lewis as you played football, even doing a different sport, it was still Carl Lewis.
Yeah.
Now, Sevket, your latest venture, which you launched just over 2 years ago during the pandemic, is Athletics Podium website. Tell us more about this great project.
Sure. Athletics Podium is my lifelong idea, actually, about athletics medalists. Basically, I just want to gather all international athletics medalist information in a single place, corrected and securely. And I need collaboration to all athletics lovers and journalists for gathering biographical information, photos, life notes, even family ties, because which is available for everybody. Family ties with who is the daughter, son, ex-wife even, or ex-husband, doesn't matter. I'm believing power to share and site is completely open and free for everybody, and it will be. In the next phase of the site, I'm planning to put all possible national champions list from all over the world, especially from the big countries. I'm still working on it now.
Goodness, that's super impressive, because already it's a great website, and I encourage all lovers of the sport to check it out, because, as you say, impressive collection of medalists of all kinds of competitions, but also some really good articles. And some of my recent favorites include a summary from the Mediterranean Games, a stats pack with cool statistics before the African Championships, and a brilliant article on the Southeast Asian Games. So it also allows us to learn from areas which we don't really know about. Now, Sevket, you're one of the biggest lovers of the sport I know, and there's a wonderful line on Athletics Podium, which defines athletics as the most elegant form of human activity.
Yeah,
Tell us more about how you see our sport.
Yeah, actually, I'm not considering athletics as a sport. In my opinion, more than a sport, actually. For me, athletics is a mother of all beautiful and healthy activities, and the grand total of strongness and the beauties, probably. As one of the reasons that I love athletics so passionately is being an opportunity to offer more equally contest. You think about it. Every type of human being can succeed in athletics, in smallest or giant ones, slim fits or very big sizes, Herculeans, like decathletes, or diminutive figures, the Africans or Oceanians, doesn't matter. It's the athletics gathering everybody together. That's why I like so much.
That's definitely true, because in sport, all body types can find an event in which they can excel. So
Yeah,
as you
surely.
say, it really is a sport which is open to everyone, which is one of the beauties of it.
Exactly. Most democratic sport of the human history.
Definitely. Now, Sevket, given your passion for athletics, it was going to be very difficult for you to choose only our usual 3. So we're going to let you choose 5 of your favorite athletics moments in the course of your career.
Of course, thank you to 5 to me, because it's very hard to reduce them to 3. The first one is Michael Johnson's 200-meter world record. The 1932 in Atlanta was my first remembering how to say Germans, Übermensch moment in our sport. Long time, I believe that one impossible to break, the world record, but Bolt did it twice in 2008 and 9. That was a phenomenal race, I remember, in Atlanta. I watched it on TV in my age of 16. Another moment from my all-time hero, the Hisham El Girouche. You remember very well, Anna. Hisham was undefeated, expect Olympics, but he fought in Atlanta final, then lost to Noah Enyeni in Sydney, unexpected, one of the biggest surprise in athletics history. Then he bounced back in Athens in age of 30 to secure double in both 1,500 and 5,000 meters. It was deserved a magical finish for a legend. I like it so much in that moment. It's unforgettable to me. Another one, 1 year before from Hisham El Girouche historic feat, the Tirnesh Dibaba's 5,000 meter gold in Paris. I was commentating in this final for Eurosport. As a teenager, she amazed me for taking gold in 5K. Then I remember my comment about her on TV, such as like that. I guess we just witnessed here to arriving a future superstar of distance running. And she corrected me as well in the upcoming years. Another moment, just only moment in my top picks to live in stadium in Ramil Guliev. Ramil Guliev became Turkey's first and only world champion in London, ahead of Feit van Niekerk in London Olympic Stadium at 200 meters. I'm overjoyed of the moment when I witnessed just near side of the track in that race. And my another pick, recent one, Karsten Warholm's world record, impressive world record in Tokyo. Actually, I was in also Eurosport commentary booth in that time. I bet to my colleague on the booth just before the start, ready to see a very big race, I said to him. Then Karsten ruled the world. And again, I'm saying, not sure once again we can witness or not such a big race as a package, whole package, not only Karsten Warholm's performance. That moment also was completely out of this world, in my opinion.
Definitely fantastic moments, all the ones you've quoted, but yes, the 400-meter hurdles in Tokyo was not just a wonderful, amazing world record. It was the depth of the race, which was really, really special. So let's look now at what's been happening over the last fortnight before we come back to our guests. So top picks from the last 10 days, obviously Diamond League. On 30 June, we had the meeting in Stockholm. 4 world leads were set in the Swedish capital. And the most amazing is surely the one by athlete refugee Dominic Lokinyomo-Lobalo, who ran 7:29:48 to beat Ugandan multi-medalist Jacob Kiplimo. Lobalo is from South Sudan and first found refuge in neighboring Kenya. He competed with the athlete refugee team twice in 2017 at the World Relays and then the World Championships, before moving to Switzerland in 2019, where, however, he does not have refugee status. But congratulations for Dominic for all the hard work, for believing in yourself through all the difficult times. Now, the most impressive world lead technically, and the sweetest one for the home crowd, was the 6:16 cleared by Mondo Duplantis in pole vault, which is worth a result score of 3,011 points, the highest in 2002 outdoors, bettering Ryan Krauser's 1,308 points for his 23 meters 12 throw. So obviously it was 1,311 points for Mondo, not what I said before. However, the 6:16 doesn't count as a world record because Mondo has jumped higher indoors. He jumped 6:20. So the final world lead among the men came from Brazil's Alisson dos Santos. We were talking about the 400 hurdles final in Tokyo, and Dos Santos looks to be coming up to great shape. He ran an excellent 46:80 in Stockholm, which is the 6th best mark in history, the first sub 47 of the season, and not far from the 46:72, which earned him bronze in Tokyo. And finally, the last world lead came in the women's 4x100 relay, where Switzerland, with its 2 Tokyo finalists, Mujinga Kambunji in second leg and Ayla Del Ponte in anchor, clocked 42:13. Other top marks in Switzerland among the women came from Fanke Boll, who clocked 52:27 in the 400 hurdles, the 3rd best mark in 2022, and the top 2 are by Sydney McLaughlin. The 2 ladies share the 6 best marks of the season. Among the men, it was the 3rd throw over 90 meters this year for Grenada's Javelin world champion Anderson Peters, who threw a massive 90 meters 31 to take the lead in the third round after India's Olympic champion Neeraj Chopra had improved his national record to 89.94 in the first round. In the discus, victory went to Slovenia's Christian Che with 70 meters 02, who remained calm in spite of fouling attempts 2, 3, and 4, while Lithuania's Nicolas Alekna had opened the dance with 69 meters 81, a huge improvement on the world under 20 record, which used to be 65.31, earning him the second spot. Nicolas is the son of discus legend Virgilius Alekna, a double Olympic and double world champion, and Nicolas was the world under 20 champion last year. Now, from 30 June to 3 July, the Mediterranean Games took place in Oran, Algeria. Now, Sevket, this was a very successful event for Turkey. Tell us about the key results there.
Yes, indeed. Turkish team was at top of the medal table with 7 golds, first time in its history, surpassing previous best from Mersin Games 2013, 8 years ago. Ramil Guliev, one of the biggest star in Turkey, secured 3 medals in Oran, 1 gold, and up to his Mediterranean Games medals to 7. He is one of the most bemedaled athletes in history in Mediterranean Games with the 7 medals. Ersu Şaşma, also the pole vault national record holder, jumped 5.75 Games record and brought Turkey first ever pole vault medal in any kind in the Games. Yasmani Kopela also ran 48.27 Games record as well. These ones, one of the important gold medals for Turkey. But my personal credit to 20-year-old discus thrower Özlem Becerek, who won bronze in women's competition. Özlem, former Youth Olympics and age group European medalist, actually, but injured last year and split it from her coach, but strongly come back to competition and throws 61.96, nearly 62 meters in Oran. Second furthest throw in Turkish history. First one, the Turkish record holder, the Russian-born athlete Oksana Mert, 25 years ago, I think. I really enjoyed Özlem's successful back on the scene because she is still one of the greatest talents in Turkish athletics.
Wow. Now, Sevket, one athlete I particularly want to highlight is Egyptian sprinter Basant Hemida. She already had a great year, and in Oran, she took double gold with 11.10 in the 100 and 22.47 over 200.
Yeah, sure. Hemida was the star of athletics competition in Oran. She was actually the African Games medalist and the leading Arab sprinter currently. He had double podium in last year's Arab Championship and the last African Games. But what she's doing in Oran was quite fantastic. It was first sprint Mediterranean Games gold for Egypt in its 70 years history. Never won a sprint gold medal, the Egyptians. She was looking inspired by Shelley Ann Fraser-Price, actually, because the Jamaican star visited to Egypt recently, and Basant guided her during the vacation, and they bring each other during the vacation in last summer, I think. I think it's looking inspired by her.
Oh, this is a great little anecdote. I didn't know about it. So that's really cool.
Very close friendship between these two.
Great. Now, Algeria had a great championships, confirming their strong showing, their strong performance at the African championships at the beginning of June. And it's also the range and depth of their talent, which is impressive. Lots of different medals and lots of different events, but also depth. For example, Algeria has 5 athletes under 145 in the men's 800 meters. Jamel Sedjati, Yassine Hetat, Sliman Moula, Mohamed Al-Rouaned, and Ramzi Abdenouz. And only middle and long distance powerhouse Kenya has more.
Yeah, Algeria has always strong in middle distances, as you know, and they proved where they are. Rivaling, especially against Morocco, Algerians secured 3 more golds from their neighbors in Oran. Also, yes. Maybe we can mention about Yasser Triki was another athlete to deserve highlighted. He secured triple jump gold and just got the bronze very last attempt in long jump as well. 2 medals.
Yeah, definitely. And again, if we look at the medal table, we really see that once again, like at the African Championships in Mauritius, Algeria did very well. On the other hand, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, they were not as strong as they have been in the past.
Exactly, yeah. Cyprus also on the rise, as you mentioned. Yes. Cyprus,
exactly.
7 medals.
I mean, high jump they had a really good high jumper who was obviously an inspiration to the younger talents now. But yes, they had 2 gold medals?
2 golds with Parelis and Milan Trajkovic.
Yes, no. I love it when small countries win medals.
I love too, yeah.
Now, other notable marks from the fortnight from stadium events include the following world leads. So among the women, at a special mile competition in Portland on 2 July, Australia's Jessica Hull clocked 4:16.89, a world lead and also the new Oceania record. Now, several other competitions took place last week, but we will be discussing them in the coming days with our guests, focusing on other continental areas, South America with Daisy Zereseda, and Europe with Pierre-André Pache. So the recent competitions were Bolivarian Games in Valledupar, Colombia, from the 1 to 5 July, European Athletics Off-Road Championships in the Canary Islands on the 1 to 3 July, and the European Under-18 Championships in Jerusalem from 4 to 7 July. Now, Sevket, in addition to the events we have already discussed, another competition took place a few weeks ago, which is very dear to your heart, the Balkan Championships in Craiova, Romania, from the 18 to 19 June. Tell us about the history of this event.
Yes, you're right. I love the competition so much from the beginning. Balkan Championship actually has a very rich and deep history, starting from 1930 in Athens as a Balkan Olympiad or Balkaniad, as they mentioned in that time, or Balkan Games. Before World War II, championship organized mainly Athens Averov Stadium, historic Averov Stadium, then passing through for every member countries for each edition. After the war ends, it starts once again in 1953, reaches today successfully, every year held. Especially in the 60s and 70s, the strongest names of the region have been contested for yearly basis at the Balkans, but now level is not so high, even higher than 10 or 15 years ago, but not highest level in the competition was in 60s. Traditionally, the Greece had been lead in the first period, then Yugoslavs took the baton in the 60s. Then Romania and Bulgaria surged a little bit in 70s. Especially Bulgaria ruled the championships during 70s and 80s, nearly 20 years long. But in the last 10, 12 years, Turkey is a leading nation of the Balkans. Of course, it started with original 6 countries, the Greece, Turkey, Yugoslavia, the ex-Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Romania, and Albania, but now expanded to 22 nations, most recently including Austria, Ukraine, San Marino, and Malta, added to Balkan Championships. Maybe it can be defined as half European Championships or Southwest European Championships, in my opinion, right now. Balkan Championships history sees a lot of stars in the past, such as Christos Madikas, 37 times Balkan champion hurdler in the 30s. Yolanda Balash, 9-time gold medalist in Balkan as well, as an Olympic champion. Ivanka Hristova, Stefka Kostadinova, Josip Alabic, the greatest, one of the greatest Yugoslavs of all time. Anelya Nuneva, unforgettable sprinter from Bulgaria. And recent stars, of course, Ivet Lalova-Kolyo or Ramil Guliev or Ivana Spanovic-Buleta. All contest in Balkan Championships history as well.
Wow, thank you, Sevket. That's fascinating. Really very rich history of this sport. So what were the key results from this year's edition?
This year's edition was nice competition before warming up for Mediterranean Games. Ivana Vuleta, the Serbian star, made jumping double there in Craiova with 14.24 triple jump. I think this is the first international triple jump competition for her last 8 years. In the last 8 years, she jumped even 14.24. Then next day, get the gold, of course, in long jump, her premium event with the windy 6.83. Luisa Gega, also one of the great Balkan athletes in current time, also made double, winning both steeplechase in 5,000 meters and broke national record in 5K. Armenian Yarvan Mikirtichyan secured his 4th Balkan gold in his career by breaking 1,500 national record, Armenian record, and he overjoyed with the great long jumper Robert Emmian after the competition. His mark was 3:41.89, the Armenian record. Dragana Tomašević, a 40-year-old Serb, won 7th Balkan gold in discus, and her youngest counterpart, Adriana Vilagos, the 18-year-old Serb, took Javelin Throw. So vice versa, double gold for Serbia. Also, war-torn Ukraine also did well at the championships, having 4 golds and 6 silver.
Wow, thank you, Sevket. Let's take a look at the medal table from the Balkan Championships. So Greece, 9 gold, 6 silver, 9 bronze, heads the table. Romania with 8, 5, and 6. Turkey, 6, 6, and 10, followed by Serbia and the Ukraine. Now, Sevket, the World Championships are coming up next week. A lot can still happen, but results based on results so far this season, how do you see perspectives for the Balkan athletes in Eugene?
The Balkan athletes, especially in long jump, both Ivana Vuleta, Spanovic-Buleta, and Miltiadis Tedoğlu are contesting for title for sure. Probably both will be struck to the medal. I guess Sandra Perkovic also will be in podium in discus, the Croatian superstar. Jaroslava Mahučić, we are also considering in the Balkan athlete, her. Jaroslava Mahučić is a favorite to win to high jump. Mihailo Kokan also will try to get podium in hammer throw, the former world champion in the age groups. I think that's all. 5 or 6 medals I predict for the Balkan countries.
That would be a really good showing. Now, Sevket, with so many great performances already in 2022, tell us, what were your favorite athletics moments so far this year?
My favorite athletics moment this year, I think I can put first place to Yulima Rojas' great world record in Belgrade. In the final attempt in the world indoor final in Belgrade, 1574 world record, exactly 1 meter away from silver medalist. Quite phenomenal performance from Yulima Rojas. Probably we will see more in Eugene or next championship. Other one about, I can pick Mujinga Kambunji, one of my dearest athletes in current times. Mujinga, my most lovely figures probably of European athletics. She deserved a big title for years and got the title at least in Belgrade. Massive effort from lane 8 in the 60 meter. That's also one of the highlights for me this year. Also, she ran under 7 seconds in that final. Another great performance from Darlan Romani, the big Brazilian, also made breakthrough in Belgrade, beat Ryan Cruiser there. Huge result for him, also Brazil. Maybe we can add these three world champions, world indoor champions. The outdoor performance from Puripol Bunson, 16-year-old Thai Puripol Bunson, broke national record in Southeast Asia Games, 2037. It's a quite good performance in 200 meters for just 16 years old guy. Puripol Bunson impressed everybody in the games. They made sprint treble, 100, 200, and relay in the Hanoi, Vietnam. I can choose these 4 performances.
Definitely impressive. And yes, I read about the Thai sprinter on athletics podium in the Southeast Asia Games report. That was really interesting. Now, Sevket, as you closely follow athletics results from every continent, I will also ask you about medal prospects for Asian athletes in Eugene.
Asian athletes have lack of continental competitions since 2019, as you know. That's maybe affects their performances, but still they have some chances. One of the big chance to get a medal, the Chinese men's 4x1 quartet, recently upgraded to Olympic bronze from Tokyo after GBR disqualified. They will be strong contender as well in Eugene, I think, in the relay final. Mutaz Barshim, of course, the Qatari superstar. Mutaz Barshim and world indoor champion Sang Yong-woo from Korea will be contest for high jump golds. Both can be able to finish top 3, I predict. Another Olympic gold medalist, Neeraj Chopra, is looking well. But this time Germans can beat him. But still, I'm writing to bronze to Neeraj here. Also, Chinese Olympic gold medalist thrower Li Jiagong challenged with strong US rivals, but she definitely will be top 3 in the end. And maybe we can add Philippines Ernest Obiena, also fast rising pole vaulter. He's looking good. at the moment, but I'm not giving him to a high chance to have a medal, but surely could be one of the watch for Asian athletes.
Thank you, Sevket. So best wishes to Balkan and Asian athletes in Eugene. And now the World Championships is only 1 week away. So final entries were announced today after invitations were sent out based on rankings. And only 4 World Championships from the 2019 edition will be missing. US pole vaulter Sam Kendricks is injured. Russians Maria Lasitskene and Angelika Sidorova are unable to defend their titles in the high jump and pole vault for reasons totally beyond their control. And Bahrain's Salwa Eid Nasser is currently serving a doping suspension. So we're now at the end of our program. It was great having Sevket with us on the show.
It's my pleasure, Anna. Always nice to chat about athletics and great stars and brilliant history of our sport. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you, Sevket. And thank you all for watching. And in the coming days, we'll be looking at perspectives for South America and Europe, respectively. So see you soon on Love Athletics to look together at the highlights, comments, and analysis of what's been happening in our sport over the last week. Take care. Bye-bye. Ciao, Sevket.
Ciao.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.